Oh. The library car. All this stuff's getting heavy. I'll dump what I don't need. What do I have that's heavy? Oh, all the stuff from the previous train.
Everyone's favorite journalist reporter, Amy Rose, is hot on the scoop. I'm heading out. You've been fabulously helpful.
Alrighty, before you go, Espio and I wanted to give you your present.
My present? You're both too sweet. Thank you.
Vector, it seems we have more guests.
Hey, there you are.
Have you found any leads? Want to join us in finding clues?
Flat, at the pace you two are going, Sonic's murderer will never get found.
If only you knew.
Ouch.
Oh, she's confident. She must have something up her sleeve.
This tip is just too juicy to ignore. I'll see you all around. Don't worry, Sonic. I'll be the one to avenge you. And quick.
But how are you gonna leave? The door to the next car is locked.
You doubt the birthday girl?
Da 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 da.
The birthday girl has a master key.
Right, the birthday girl gets the birthday key.
Of course, it's a birthday privilege.
I'll solve this case before anyone else. Bye.
I mean, she kind of has an unfair advantage, I'm just saying.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Amy may be hasty, but she's thorough.
Now, what are you two doing? Looking mighty suspicious, I say.
I'm the detective, so I can't be the murderer.
And I'm, just making sure things go well. Here to ask if anyone's hungry.
Starved! I'd kill for a chicken parmesan right about now.
He'd kill
Maybe kill isn't the right language to use right now.
I stand by it. I'm Vector, the butcher. I'm last licensed to handle raw meat.
And I'm Espio, the poet.
Who's the butcher in the library?
Ah, poetry. A resonant message from poet to reader. Challenge our delicate perspectives with the most rhythmic of prose. Can I hear some?
Sure.
Oh dear. We got real.
He's a kind of state.
Teardrops in the spring. Can you hear me sing? La 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 dee dee dee.
Well, that is fabulous. What was that? Was that it?
I have more if you like.
Oh dear.
Oh, we are getting more. Oh. Cherry blossoms in the spring.
I'm satisfied for now, thanks.
At least he's rhyming, I suppose.
Ernie and I are here to establish both of your alibis. Can you walk us through what happened after Amy had everyone leave the dining car?
Oh, sure. It's simple. We just explained this to Amy, actually. When we were all sent off, Rouge, Blaze, Shadow, and Sonic all passed through this library car, where Amy told me and Espio to stay.
I promptly picked a book off the shelf and made myself comfortable. Vector got bored, so he left to see what Knuckles was up to in the saloon car.
Yep.
Where was Rouge? We happened to see her lipstick stain on a cup at the saloon car.
Rouge came over to the library car, seemingly looking for something. Then she went to search the saloon car.
Maybe she left her lore card somewhere?
She came back shortly after. We heard her shout, "No way!" at the brochure stand over there. But she left back to the casino car before Shadow came through and locked the door.
I wonder what she found. She obviously been on the hunt for something.
After Rouge left, Shadow walked through the casino car, then entered the library car and locked the door behind him.
Shadow. And how is he locking the doors?
More importantly,
He's
a
the locksmith.
why has Shadow been locking doors?
Shadow walked through the library car to the saloon car. where Knuckles and I were playing games. He insisted on showing us up at Super Monkey Ball. I got so engrossed by the rolling monkey action I hardly noticed when Shadow left the saloon car. I guess he walked through the library car to the casino car, again locking the door behind him. Then returned to the lounge car where he was meant to be stationed.
When Vector came back, we realized Knuckles locked the door to the saloon car. We were stuck in the library car.
That's when the train sped up. We were worried about the bookshelves falling on us, but we got through it all right.
I love
Why
how
is it the shelves in the
I was gonna
all-
say everything in the kitchen and
Yeah,
the dining
all
car
the
was
shelves.
so messed up, but here everything's fine.
Maybe it's because Amy whacked the bookshelf or whatever.
Mostly Amy's fault, clearly.
We sat trapped here until Amy arrived asking questions. She's the one that told us someone murdered Sonic.
Maybe this loop-de-loo is what caused all the crashing.
And
Makes
yeah,
sense.
that's all that happened.
With all these locked doors, it seems Vector or Espio couldn't have left the library car or the saloon car.
Thank you both for your cooperation. Just gonna pick around and we'll return with any questions.
If you return with any meat, I'll chop it up for you. Hedgehogs included.
And if you'd like to be serenaded with a poem, I've got you covered too.
Thanks, guys! Their alibi seems solid enough, but we should still search for clues. What we're looking for is any evidence that proves what they're saying is true.
Or false. Or false.
We need to confirm Vector's reason for leaving his post and determine if Espio was actually in the library car reading. A tall task, but we can do it. Let's get to the bottom of this, Tails.
Absolutely.
Okay, the brochure list.
Ooh, brochures. There are travel destination ideas here, like amusement parks, caverns, hotels, restaurants. Oh! Alvernia, look at this. There's a couple maps here.
Oh. Seems to be a map of the library car. The books are categorized by genre, which are listed here.
I love a good overhead nap. Let's take it.
Should we take this brochure about a cave too? Look, there's stalactites.
Nah, leave it.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Nobody shares my fondness for caves.
Character loves caves. It's now canon.
How do you say that? A KO?
Chow.
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 A chow hangs precariously from a tree branch. The large text below reads, "Hang in there."
Wow, I really needed to see this. This little chow's hanging there, refusing to use his wings to fly to safety, because choosing the hard way is often the most rewarding.
Yes.
That's
So
beautiful.
sad.
If this chow can stick to his principles and find strength, then I can too.
Look at those eyes.
He believes.
There's no way there was that much thought put into this poster. Right?
I like that Ezio is actually like scribing poetry on a scroll or
Oh
something.
dear.
How many
Just
books
the
on
way
the
he do.
ground? I wish we had time to pick them all up.
I sadly have no interest in picking up these books.
A lot of these were knocked out by the train speeding up. But Rouge pulled a lot of these out too, searching for something.
But reckless behavior. I feel sorry for those poor books. Spines are creasing. They're opening too far.
This kid feels empathy for everything. Trash can! Something's always hidden in the trash can. Let's check.
I hate to say it, but there's nothing there.
Ah, I really thought there'd be something in there.
Veronia, are you sad there was nothing in the trash bin?
No, I'm all right.
I'm sure there'll be something hidden in the next trash bin we find.
He's gonna hide something in the next one for us.
Right? You really think so?
Yeah, we just gotta stay optimistic.
Yeah, okay. These trash bins hide a secret. I'm sure of it.
Well, Veronia, you're pretty unconventional, but I like that.
Was that supposed to be a compliment?
Aw, poor thing. That arm is really struggling cleaning up this car.
To be fair, I wouldn't want to clean up all this mess either. Let's just leave it alone to do its thing.
Aw, Yeah, probably for the best. Globe of our marvelous planet.
I haven't traveled around much. The islands are fun and all, but I'd love to visit some of the countries.
They're a lot of fun, honestly. Plenty of wonderful people and shops. The food can't be beat either.
Sounds perfect for a vacation. The conductor was talking about Spagonia if you've ever been there.
I have, actually. If you're ever visiting, be sure to stop at the university and say hi to Professor Pickle. Tell you everything about the area and makes one scrumptious sandwich.
I'll keep that in mind, thanks. This group knows everyone and has been everywhere, haven't they?
Wow, I wish I could stop and look at all these books. But Sonic needs me. No time to rest.
Alright, let's move on then. What do you see, Tails?
Well, I mean, a little peek wouldn't hurt.
He's scavenging through all the book titles excitedly. He's like a kid in a candy shop, or in this case, a genius in a trained library.
It's odd. I know some books have fallen out on the floor and everything, but every book on these shelves is in alphabetical order, but this one.
The Mirage Express Manual.
It's the user guide to the Mirage Express, the train we're currently on.
The user guide. Do you think someone found it on the ground and put it back?
Maybe, but it is interesting. Let's make a note of this.
What's this bright red book?
Oh, yuck. This reeks of the evil scientist Dr. Eggman.
Because it's red?
Yep, this
Oh.
is Dr. Eggman's autobiography and recipe book.
Recipe
What
book.
kind of recipes?
Who cares? I wouldn't trust any book he's written. It's weird this is even here.
Maybe people just appreciate an omelet.
You may not be wrong.
Even if it's Dr. Edmund's omelet, it's still an omelet.
On the table? Can you look at the table? A bit to the right. A bit to the left.
Okay. Let's just take a pause and sit for a second.
Chairs are very comfy. So plush. Puts me right in the mood to read.
Makes me want to take a nap, personally. In fact, maybe I'll rest my eyes a bit.
Vernia, no! Don't fall asleep! There's been a murder, remember?
Oh yeah. If I had a ring for every time a murder ruined my nap time.
How many rings would you have?
Yeah, right? Oop. Chaos Cola. Check out our book club. Book of the month, Gone Gal. Okay, is that it?
Maybe talk to them
Yeah.
individually now.
Did you bring me any meat to chop? I may be a butcher, but they confiscated my meat cleaver before getting on the train.
Good.
You actually tried to bring a knife on the train?
I'm a man of authenticity, Tails. Without a knife, I'm just a chef in a ketchup-stained apron, not a butcher.
I think if you had a knife on you, we'd definitely think you were the murderer.
I mean, Amy brought the hammer.
I know, right?
But what if I hid the knife?
Biggest fan of this line of thought.
Yeah, can I take your order?
Oh yes, please. I'm starved.
Actually, I'm off duty at the moment. The murder mystery is more important.
Then, why would you show the menu to me?
I know, Vernia, why would you tease him like that?
I want to eat. And here I
Wow.
thought I could trust you. You've made a fool of
Wow.
Look, Vernia, you've made him a fool.
Come on, Alronia, smooth this over. No, I'm the fool.
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Wow. I smooth things over, but at what cost? Okay.
I
Oh.
Bring me
don't
any
think
meat
I
to
think
chop.
you might need to go. You might need to go back and talk with Knuckles again.
You know, I could chop up some echidnas.
Fancy.
Fancy a poem?
What?
I've made it up to space with my beloved antique face, but a mistake in my haste dropped the vase from my embrace, so my antique I must now replace.
Asked you to drop the vase.
Don't read too deeply. It's just a poem.
He hasn't thought it through, has he? Can...
I have a poem about this. My starved stomach babbled, though I ignored the grumbling tummy, for the eggs I received are scrambled when I asked for my eggs, Sunny.
Oh, wow, we don't serve any eggs on the train, though.
My talent is wasted on you lot.
Okay. I can't, so I probably can't do interrogation.
Can you
Can
go
I?
to the next room?
Can I?
Shadow supposedly walked through the library car before going into the saloon car. When Shadow left the library car, he locked this door on his way out.
It doesn't... There's gotta be a reason he's doing this. Should we make a note of it?
Yeah, I do believe we should.
Okay,
Think
now
we
we have
found
all the
enough
clues.
Let's go interrogate Vector and Espio to find out what really happened.
Be honest.
So, the two of you don't believe us, eh?
I don't trust either of you, but I wouldn't be a proper detective without examining the validity of your alibis. Aloni and I are here to confirm two things. Why Vector left to go play games with Knuckles, and if Espio really was reading in the library car.
Vector, we'll start with you. Why did you leave the library car to visit Knuckles? We're prepared to present evidence if need.
Oh, that's easy. I got bored. What?
I wasn't entertaining him enough, it seems. Vector enjoys being social.
Plus, we were instructed to mingle. I remembered the arcade machine in the saloon car, so I figured I'd go check it out.
This seems to line up with the information we gathered with Knuckles.
And that brings our attention to you, Espio. Rouge entered the library car, found something, then left. You said you immediately started reading, but were you actually reading the entire time you were in the library car?
Of course he was. Once Espio starts reading, he doesn't stop till it's done. How can it happen?
It must have been a good read. What was the book?
Espio doesn't owe you that, detective. Let the man live. What if it was embarrassing?
What kind of things do you think I read?
If you won't talk, I have a hunch on what that book might be. Alvernia, could you help me out?
Alright, Alronia, what book do we think Espio may have been reading? I think
What
he
book
was
do you
reading...
think?
Oh, I thought the red book was gonna be
I
in
was
here.
gonna say, yeah,
menu.
the egg one, because you had one about the egg.
Right?
A manual? You think Espio was reading instructions? What argument could possibly have to support this?
Okay, we're thinking.
I mean, like, even the argument they do have is, like, really small, I feel like. They don't have much of an argument.
No, if Vector
Uh-oh,
was
what's
giving Vespio like a chance to answer.
Vector is in charge. He knows what's good for Espio.
Wow, look,
Thought
I
you were gonna
rocked.
get hit by that one.
I knocked this one out of the park. Ding 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 ding!
There are books scattered around the floor, sure, but the remaining books on the shelves are all in alphabetical order. All except this manual, meaning someone, at the very least, picked the manual up and put it back in the incorrect place. This lack of attention to detail isn't normally like you, Espio.
Hey now, I won't have you insulting my pal like this.
Calm down, Vector. I know you mean well, but I can handle myself.
Apologies, Espio.
A butcher and a poet. Friendship can form anywhere.
That is indeed the book I was reading, the Mirage Express Manual. Trains are cool.
In that case, we'd like to ask you a few questions about the manual. Alvernia, if you don't mind. Could you ask Espio some questions about the manual? Just flip to a page and whisk away.
Oh, I see. Quiz him about the manual to prove he read it. Which page should I quiz him on? 14, 362, or 97?
362.
Yes.
Okay, what efficient and extremely accurate technology was installed to assist in keeping the train spotless?
Robotic arms. During events, they can perform a variety of tasks and are responsible for cleaning up trash and messes afterwards.
I remember the conductor saying the train can clean itself. Though I have a feeling the train company just didn't want to hire any janitors.
The robotic arms could also detect weapons or explosives being brought onto the train, ensuring passenger safety.
Seems like Espio aced that question. Ernia, hit him with another one.
Did we expect him to have memorized everything?
Apparently, these are all different ones now. Well, 15 is the same.
No, the last one was 14. What is the Mirage Express's cancellation policy?
No refunds, and you will be charged a no-show fee. This does not apply if you're over the age of 65.
Gee, the person who made this rule must have been over 65.
Last one, Elronia. Let's see if Espio can go 3 for 3.
Gotcha. 56. What was implemented to support the conductor duties and ease general train obligations?
An intelligent data processing system. It works in tandem with the conductor to assure smooth travel for guests.
I remember this. It's got an autopilot, but it can't access its full suite of capabilities without the conductor present.
Now, did I pass your little test?
Yeah. Totally, it's wild you were able to retain all this information so quickly.
A poet's brain is often surprising.
I don't know if I'd be bragging about that.
We clearly read the manual. Those answers feel far too specific to be guesses.
And you both had the nerve to question my buddy like that. Don't we want to be supporting folks who read?
You have to admit, though, reading the entire time a murder occurred does sound a bit suspicious, even if true. But he answered all my questions so calmly. That's very impressive.
No, I understand everyone's cautious attitudes. Victor was the only one to see me reading, after all. My alibi is hard to substantiate despite being the truth.
Well, you definitely read through the manual, so I suppose we can...
Wait. He can read people's minds.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He was doing something along those lines at the beginning, so he was just seeing your...
Because we were like...
Oh.
As you were reading it.
Espio, is that true? Victor was the only one to see reading?
Yes, that's correct. Problem.
Yeah, Rouge should have seen them too.
Frankly, I don't believe that can be true. We have evidence to back it up.
And Shadow
Elronia?
And Shadow. He always puts me on the spot! Okay, think. Yeah, this one.
Shadow's lock? Please, pray tell, what this has to do with anything?
We're up, Elronia. Let's get our argument together.
Think.
Back to Sonic!
Back to Sonic. What would Sonic do?
Just ask yourself, what would Sonic do?
Ooh.
Shadow walked through the library car to get to the saloon car, where he set the original high score on the arcade machine.
Yeah, but I ended up beating it. Wasn't that high score for very long.
He didn't even beat Toast, though.
Crocs are natural gamers.
Espio said he saw Shadow enter the library car, but he's mentioned nothing about Shadow's return. He only mentions that Vector came back. When Shadow left Knuckles and Vector in the saloon car, Espio was fully seated, reading his book for a good while at this point.
Uh-oh.
We know Shadow had to walk back through the library car when he left the saloon car. So there's absolutely no way Shadow and Espio didn't notice one another on Shadow's return trip.
Espio was enthralled with the book.
I mean, it was a simple slip-up. I was just fully immersed in my book that I didn't notice Shadow.
I was right.
You're telling me the sound of doors opening and locking wouldn't have caused you to look up?
It was a very good book.
Well, you see.
I can sense Espio's desperation here. Defending the argument that he was reading the entire time isn't easy.
So if you didn't see Shadow returning from the saloon car to lock all the doors, then at that moment, were you really in the library car at all?
But how would Espio leave? Shadow locked all the doors, and no one saw Espio in the saloon car.
A mystery, my dear Elronia. One that I would love for Espio to solve.
You've got to believe me.
That cool demeanor is vanishing.
I was so involved with my book I didn't notice Shadow pass back through the library car, honest. When Vector returned, he even had to tap me on the shoulder to get my attention.
Yeah, I think I remember doing that.
For sure.
I must avenge my friend's death, so I'll ask you again, Espio. If you weren't there for Shadow to see your reading, then how did you leave the library car?
I didn't.
Why doesn't this seem right to me? Tails definitely feels like he's onto something, but I don't see it. Was Espio simply sitting reading, or did he somehow vanish to not notice Shadow's return to the library car? What should I do? Join Tails. Always join Tails. No, I can't interrupt Tails while he's onto something. I'll let him continue this line of questioning and...
Elronia, my favorite and loved employee.
The conductor is still not
Please.
leaving us.
Protect the passengers aboard this train. They must be taken care of. If you fail, the lawsuits will be torturous. Don't allow such an old feeble soul to get sued.
Wow.
This is great.
He tells us more and more every time.
Oh my gosh.
I have to make
So
sure
you
our
have
guests
to
are taken
defend
care of. I
Espio.
have to speak up. Tails!
I feel like Espio.
We have a piece of evidence that can answer all of our problems.
Do?
All right, my fellow associate, lay it on me. What piece of evidence shows Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another? The menu.
The menu.
No, the library map. All right, now let's get my thoughts in order.
Why the
Depending
library
on-
map?
It's
Depend-
the setup.
Because of
Depending
the
on the
setup,
setup,
depending on where he was, he wouldn't have seen.
Ah. Hopefully you get 55 here.
She's killing it. It's a bit more intense, isn't it?
Do what?
I mean, we're probably only maybe halfway through. There's gonna be a lot. It's gonna get harder and harder.
Oh gosh, don't tell me that.
The library map? Oh, I see.
See the exits? They're right across from one another. A straight path. If Shadow walked down the straight path, there's a way Espio and Shadow couldn't have seen one another.
It's like
Oh,
you'll have to
gosh.
point out exactly,
Hmm.
point out where exactly on the map you saw it. Where could Espio have been for Shadow to not see him?
For
He
Shadow
was
to
on
not
the
see him.
bookcase. So if he walked from here to here,
Doop.
I think that possibly that top left one.
like this or this?
That one.
That
Oh
one,
wait, I forgot
suppose.
the little bookcase, yeah.
Interesting. That's where I was sitting reading my book.
Imagine that.
By sheer coincidence.
Mhm.
my gosh.
Just so happened to be.
I can second this. When I returned from the saloon car, Espio was in the same spot.
That confirms it then. You see, Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another from the spot.
He's selling it to us like this, as if we weren't the ones to tell him that.
No,
Because the bookcase is in the way.
there's no way Shadow could have seen Espio or vice versa.
Makes a lot of sense why you never mentioned Shadow's return, Espio. There's just no way you would have seen him.
I apologize for losing my cool back there. I felt like I was grasping despite telling the truth. But I'm glad you all believe me now.
Your alibi isn't the most airtight, but I have no further points. Thank you both for answering all of our questions.
We did it! Another pair of alibis validated.
I like Vector as
Too many locked doors to worry about, but I'm glad everything straightened itself out in the end.
Well, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna crash here for a bit. These chairs are so comfy.
Likewise, I could use a breather.
Sadly, our work isn't done. I have plenty of questions for Rouge and especially Shadow.
Oh, it seems the door to the next car is open. Amy must have kept it open when she passed through earlier.
And that's our cue to leave. See you later, Vector and Espio.
Give 'em heck. And if you need any meat chopped up, say the word.
How's he gonna do that without his butcher knife?
I've got teeth.
I'll keep my poetry sharp for you both.
Oh dear.
A murderer is on the loose, while doors keep getting locked. Tick tock, tick tock goes the clock, while our heroes are in the caboose.
At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident in our detective abilities. We're really doing this.
Come on, Elbronia, let's see what's next.
Coming!